If someone could read your emotions like sheet music, would you trust them or run? Dark empaths don't bludgeon, they blend in. They mirror your feelings, echo your values, and then nudge your choices one gentle step at a time, until your life sounds more like their plan than yours. In this video, the masks drop. This is a clear, practical breakdown of the covert mind games dark empaths use, how to spot them fast, and the counter strategies that put you back in control. Stay with this to the end for a simple 3-line boundary script that ends most manipulations in under 60 seconds. A dark empath combines high emotional reading with self-serving motives. They feel what you feel, but their compassion is conditional and their warmth is strategic. They prize 3 things: leverage, image, and access. Empathy is how they get close. Leverage is what they collect. Image is the camouflage. If you've ever thought, they understand me better than anyone, so why do I feel smaller around them? You may have met one. This is not about demonizing people. It's about recognizing patterns so you can choose safety over seduction. Machiavelli wrote about power that wears kindness like a cloak. The dark empath updates that playbook for modern relationships and workplaces. They win by shaping narratives, controlling attention, and trading favors with hidden price tags. The goal isn't brute domination, it's soft control. They'd rather guide your choices than force your hand, and they prefer to be thanked for it. Mind Game 1. The Mirror and Mould. First, they mirror tastes, rhythms, wounds. You feel seen, then they mold, small suggestions that seem helpful but steer you toward dependence. Praise and proposals arrive in pairs. You were brilliant at this, and here is how I can help you go further. The tell is timing. Compliments happen right before a request or after you share a vulnerability. Counter, slow the loop. Say, appreciate the input. I'll decide by Friday. Delay breaks momentum. Autonomy resets the frame. Mind Game 2. Guilt as gravity. Dark empaths don't scream, they sigh. I just thought we were closer. After everything I've done, guilt becomes gravity that pulls you back into orbit. Notice how your body reacts after these conversations. Tight chest, racing mind, a sudden need to fix things. Counter. Name the force without blaming. I'm noticing I feel pressured to say yes to avoid disappointing you. My answer is still no. Guilt shrivels when exposed to daylight. Mind Game 3. Selective empathy. They're exquisitely attuned until your truth conflicts with their agenda. Then empathy vaporizes. When you need care, they pivot to critique. When they need care, you must be endlessly understanding. Counter. Test for reciprocity. Ask directly for what you offered them last time. If empathy doesn't travel both ways, adjust access. Care is mutual, or it's leverage. Mind Game 4. Gaslight-by-nuance. Not wild lies, tiny edits. That's not what I meant. You're overthinking. They muddy the water until you doubt your memory. The trick is plausible deniability. Every change is small, but the sum is disorienting. Counter, externalize the record. Here's what I heard, written down. Here's the message from Tuesday. Facts are oxygen. Ambiguity suffocates only when it's private. Mind Game 5, the rescue ransom. They solve problems they helped create, then request loyalty. If it weren't for me, the favor becomes a mortgage. Counter, gratitude without obligation. Thanks for helping with that. Going forward, I'll handle it myself. You separate appreciation from indebtedness, and the leash falls off. Mind Game 6, triangulation and echoes. They see doubts through a third party. Others are concerned. People said, it isolates you while keeping their hands clean. Counter, insist on directness. Happy to discuss specifics with the person who said that. Please connect us. Triangulation dies when you pull the third point into the room. Mind Game 7, future faking promise today, deliver never. Vacations, projects, commitments, always soon. The promise sustains your hope while maintaining their control. Counter, switch to milestones. I'll move forward after X is complete by Y date. Deadlines replace dreams, reality replaces romance. The cycle is consistent: intensity, investment, instability, interpretation. They start intense, invest strategically, introduce subtle instability, then reinterpret history to play hero or victim. Your power is pattern recognition. If the timeline fits, treat the pattern, not the apology. Consistency is the only apology that counts. Boundaries, the three-line script. Here's the boundary script promised at the start. Line 1. I understand what you want. Acknowledge without agreement. Line 2. Here's what I'm available for. Define a specific limited behavior. Line 3. If that doesn't work, I'm stepping back. Consequence stated calmly. Then follow through once. Boundaries spoken without action are stage props. Boundaries enforced teach. Dark empaths feed on loops, text debates, late-night clarifications, post-argument post-mortems. Your edge is calm brevity. Move from paragraphs to sentences, from instant replies to scheduled windows. Shift channels if needed. Email instead of chat. Calendar invites instead of vague catch-ups. Systems protect emotion. You're not cold, you're clear. They narrate to win. You reclaim to heal. Write the 3 truths that don't change. What happened, how it landed, what you choose next. Share them with one trusted ally who won't editorialize. Speak them aloud when doubt creeps in. Your memory is not a negotiation. It's your map out. Maybe it's family or work. Then think in layers. Access, topics, time. Access, public spaces, never private venting. Topics, neutral and logistical, no vulnerable disclosures. Time, short and structured. Start and end times set before you meet. You can't control their tactics, but you can control the surface area they can grip. When the spell breaks, self-blame arrives. How did I not see it? You didn't miss red flags. You believed green ones. Your openness was not a weakness. It was misused. Rebuild by practicing with safe people. Share small truths and watch how they're held. Safety is not grand gestures, it's repeated respect. Machiavelli's warning wasn't trust no one. It was understand incentives. Ask the 2 questions that pierce most manipulation. Who benefits if I believe this? And what do they need me to feel to get their outcome? If the answers point away from your well-being, step back. Power games need your participation. Wisdom is knowing when to leave the table. If this helped you spot even one pattern, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the one friend who keeps second-guessing their sanity. Drop in the comments which mind game you've seen most and which counter you will try this week. If you want more deep dives like this, practical psychology with real-world scripts, tap subscribe and turn on notifications. The more we name these tactics, the fewer places they can hide. One day someone will try the mirror and mold on you, and you will feel that glow of being perfectly understood. Pause. Ask, does their empathy expand my life or redirect it? If the answer is redirect, remember, you are not being rude when you protect your peace. You are being the author of your own story. And authors, not actors, choose the ending.